Hey guys, fellow Ristopians, welcome back to Ristopia. So, what am I going to call this video? It is, better move some hands about, get some stuff. I've got loads of stuff over there. It is the morning after the WatchPro before. So I've just spent 2 days in the London at WatchPro. I had a fantastic time. It's a bit of a strange event, but I'm from the London, and I went back. I saw my oldest buddy and some my newest buddy, my AD buddy. He was actually working at the show this year, so we didn't get really to do too much in the evening. But yeah, I had a fantastic time. So it was really just a catch up on that, really, just to let you know. I got some goodies. I've got loads of stuff to show you over there. This is probably going to drag out very long. I really don't know where to start. Like I say, I'm a bit drunk, tired from the weekend. I was burning the candle at both ends. I was winding the watch on both crowns. I did actually see a watch with 2 crowns. That's why I said that. So where do we start? I mean, just a brief introduction to WatchPro. Went last year, went to the VIP. Oh, wrist check. Boom. What have I got on the wrist? It's not a watch. So I got my, I'm still wearing my bands from, I'm not washed my hands. I'm still wearing my bands from the Friday VIP and the Saturday, yesterday. Went to the Friday VIP last year, so I was very spoilt. But I wanted to check out the Saturday this year. So stayed overnight, went to both, and had a fantastic time in London. So where do we start? WatchPro. I spoke to a lot of brands. I need to get some stuff on camera. So let me just show you some of the things that I got. Let's just rattle through that. I spoke to brands. This year I wanted to speak to every brand. And I've got to say, every brand I did speak to had some fantastic conversations. I'm buzzing from watches after this weekend. Did some shopping. I'll show you that in a minute. Obviously in London, went to some watch shops. Not as many as I wanted to. Went to some pubs I wanted to go to. Had some lovely meals out. Lovely Japanese. Didn't have Japanese last year. Had Chinese, Italian, Portuguese. That was Nando's. But so what have I got here? I've got a lovely Seawolf sticker from Zodiac Seawolf. I didn't go too mad on the merch, but if it's nice talking to people. I'll come on to talking to people. I mean, I just wanted to talk to the people, and then if I saw some merch that I wanted, I'd ask for it, and obviously they gave it to me. But I didn't want to be that guy that went around with a bag just filling it with stuff. We've got a lovely Seawolf sticker from Zodiac. Had a lovely chat with Will from Zodiac. Absolutely fantastic young guy, obviously a watch fan. He couldn't be more helpful, and he was the only guy that I actually went back to the second day because of the conversations that we had. But anyway, building conversations with ADs, that's how my AD makes my buddy, because the conversations that we had, just go in a watch shop, talk to people about watches. They've all got a fantastic story. Even if you don't like the story, it's a good story. So Seawolf, I've got a Rolex Submariner, smelly thing that hangs in your car. Actually, I didn't get that from the show. My mate gave it to me, but yeah, do love it. I've got the new Zin book, which this year is shrink wrapped. I've had the one from last year. I had on my it's on the bedside table as hardback. It's like A5, is that? Yeah, I'm actually thinking I might not open this one. I've got quite a few things from shows, not watch shows, that I've never opened. I've got a Sony camcorder t-shirt that's in the shape of a camcorder. When you take it out of the wrapping, it becomes a t-shirt. I've got 2. One I wore and one is still in the packaging somewhere. So I might keep this in the packaging. But Zin, I'll have to go through them as I talk about them. Spoke to the lovely lady at Zin last year. Spoke to her again. Gave her my the problem I had with Zin. I quite like the oil field quartz. And after the show last year, I nearly bought one, because you can't actually buy any watches at the show. But after the show last year, I nearly bought one. But I did a bit more research, and I found out that an air bubble in it was kind of they consider normal. No way, my OCD. And I said to her that, oh, you know, and she said, well, now they've got a new case back and the air bubble is not acceptable. So if you get an air bubble in your Zin, it's a serviceable, you know, warranty serviceable issue. So I'm going to look at Zin afresh this year, and that's from speaking to people, you know, having a bit of engagement, speaking to them. So I may be getting a Zin oil-filled quart real soon. Lovely bit of, I will open this up and have a look because it's too good not to. If I'd realised that they were sealed, I'd have got two. Yeah, I know, I'm sad. What else merch-wise have we got here? Because I've got loads of stuff. I'm a Mundane fan. I think anyone that has a Mundane wall clock is a watch guy. I'm not actually quite sure what. I haven't looked. This is sealed as well. I haven't looked at this. That looks cool. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. I bet you can't buy that. I'm a massive Mundane clock fan. Now, they've just released they've reintroduced the stop to go watch. I've got a stop to go wall clock, which you've probably seen on a previous video. Weirdly, one of my most watched videos. I absolutely love it. There's a lot of variants on the stop to go. I saw the stop to go wristwatch for the first time in the flesh, and the way that it ticks. So it's kind of it's not a sweep. It's as opposed to a glide. So the quartz ones glide. You know, a Rolex sweep. So it's a lot of ticks. You know, but this ticks like more than once. But I think it's 3 times per second. But it's very, very. It's a very good look for a stop to go. I won't go into what stop to go is now. If you want to know more about it, let me know in the comments below. But the stop to go watch, seeing it in the flesh, and you've got to see watches in the flesh. Seeing it in the flesh, it makes me want one now. So I'm going to research that a bit more as well. Got chatting. It was the same thing as last year because Mundane is it's a part of Victorinox. And it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife people. I'm not interested in watches, but I do love Mundane. But it's always like tucked away. And last year I spoke to them last, and that happened the same. I didn't even speak to them on the third. No matter how much I like it, I just didn't sort of see them tucked away on day one. On the Friday VOP, I actually spoke to the lady, really lovely young lady, at the end of the day yesterday before I left. And obviously we got speaking, and she'd just spoken to someone. I was waiting for her to stop speaking to him. And I guess I thought, oh, you're going to be bored. But obviously she worked out that I had a real genuine interest in the brand. And I got all these goodies. So I got that, but she just said, oh, you know, she realised that I liked the brand. I wasn't there, you know, trying to get some merch. So I got that, which I haven't opened yet. I haven't even looked. I'm literally just looking at the stuff. I got the new 2023 catalogue. Let me just get rid of that cable. 2023 catalogue. I just love this design, which I haven't looked through yet. I look forward to looking. She showed me loads of stuff that I couldn't actually, you know, take. She had loads of trade stuff. I love Mundane. My problem with Mundane is they're a lot of straight end, either leather or it's the straps. I love the case. I love the design of the clock, which is why I have the wall clocks rather than watches. But I think this new stop to go, which is actually there we are. It doesn't have a crown, but you've got to see how that second hand ticks and the minute hand advances. But yeah, without showing you, I'm not even going to go into what stop to go is. But that watch on, I guess it's that one there. On a sort of Jubilee style. I mean, I don't like the lugs and the bracelet, but it's better than, I don't know. I just think the case, the way that works, I think for me, is going to be one that I have to own. So that was that lovely 2023 catalogue. I also got, oh, look at that. I mean, I only really like the classic black on white with the red lollipop secondhand. But look at that. I've got a lovely, almost rubber feeling notebook. I mean, isn't that a lovely gift? Absolutely stunning. I was so pleased talking to her. I know she gave me some good merch, but it was just a pleasure talking to her. Oh, and the other thing, I got the best merch. And I got this lovely bag, this cloth sack, Mundane. Isn't that gorgeous? This was actually the last one. When my mate saw me getting this, they were like, oh, you know, one of them sent the other one over and said, can you get me one of those as well? But it genuinely was the last one. Now, I really love my mate, but I guess I love Mundane more. If it was something else, I'd have just, if he really wanted it, I'd have said, you have it. But I love this so much. This design, I absolutely love it. I'm going to have to buy a Mundane watch because I love the design. I think they've now got one in that new stock to go that I would actually spend some money on. Yeah, love this. So that's Mundane. That was a highlight there. I've gone too early. What else happened? What else happened? I think I've gone through all the merch. I'm going to talk about the brands very quickly. I've spoken about Zin. What else? The other things I did in London, I'm a big noodle fan. So I like the Nongshim noodles. I'll show you the brand. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Nongshim. I think they're the nicest ones to get in the UK. There's a lot of Korean shops in the London. Went into those and I went a bit crazy. Just very quickly, I know this is going off on a tangent. Got the super spicy. I don't think you need these because I always put extra chili. I always embellish these noodles. I tend to prefer the pots rather than the packet. I've never seen the super spicy in a pot, so I've got a couple of those. I saw these other Nongshins. Where are they? These look pretty. I've just never seen these in the UK. Bowl and noodle, spicy chicken and hot and spicy. Just never seen these. These are not something that you kind of get generally in the UK, but obviously I was in a Korean store. Also went to the Japan store, which is really nice. Had a pint of Asahi and Buddy in there. I did prefer the Korean stores though. I got these just because they're Nongshim branded and they're kind of things that they're quite bland looking, but they're just things that you don't get in the UK. They're all imported. But I did get some more exciting noodle pots. Got this one just because I like the design. Premium. I'm a bit of a sucker for, so all imported, so it has to put an import label on there. Looking forward to trying that. I think my favorite, which is the one my buddy liked, there were a couple that had some really good graphics, but this one, it just makes me laugh. Non-fried restaurant style spicy hot flavor. It's only medium spicy, so I'll probably pop some chilies in there. I'm gonna have to try it, but I just love the packaging. It's just so cool. Oh, what is that? That looks cool. I'm gonna have to do the serving suggestion on this one. So that's that. Oh, I did get some other things. For Christmas, I got some Hello Panda. I've seen these before, like little chocolatey. Where's a picture of them open? Little chocolatey, crispy things. I wanted the milk ones mainly, but they didn't do the milk ones in the big packet. And I think chocolate's going to be quite nice. You know, maybe the strawberry is, but I thought this was more Christmassy. The Hello Panda Christmassy pack. So I've got that, and this just appealed to me. I have not got a clue what this is. It's got it's lovely packaging. Look at those colours, you know. Oh, geez. It's some sort of peach dessert. White peach taste. I don't know what it is, but it just looked too good to say no. Anyway, so that's the went out to some lovely restaurants, as I say, Chinese, lovely Italian. My mate obviously lives in London, and he's got a mate that works in London, and I've got an AD that lives and works in London. So it's nice to go back to London and be taken to all these lovely restaurants and eat some lovely cuisine. You know, it's had an absolutely fantastic time. Let's leave that till last. So branding. I'll just go through. Now, I'm actually going to have to put this there. Do you know what it is yet? Can you see what it is yet? I'll come back to that in a sec, but I just need something there. Quickly go through the brands. So the main ones, Seiko was there. Kind of very, not really much of a reason for Seiko to be there, really, because everyone knows about Seiko. But I would say, I also went to the new Grand Seiko. I wanted to have myself. I actually wore, what did I wear? A Tissot Gentleman on the leather deployant, and a Seiko speed timer. They were the two I took this year. I didn't take anything too fancy. But the Grand Seiko store on New Bond Street, Grand Seiko / Seiko store on New Bond Street is stunning. All the guys in there were lovely. Really, really lovely store. I didn't have enough time to have a proper look around, but that's the place to go. The Seiko stand at WatchPro, it was Grand Seiko last year, and this year the exact same spot was Seiko. I didn't really get the point. I think everyone really overlooked that. It was very different. I love Seiko, but it was not, the other brands were more chatty to, I would say. There's just a difference. I can't really put it into context, but watches are lovely. I looked at loads of lovely watches. The ones that I tried to speak to everyone. I definitely spoke to more brands than I did last year. Mondane I've mentioned already. Zin I've mentioned already. Squale was one that stuck out for me. There was a Squale. I've also mentioned Zodiac already. Spoke to Will at Zodiac. That was lovely. There was a pineapple watch that they do. Google it. Which I thought was a stunning watch, maybe a little bit too small for me. Not sure it's my real thing, but I did like the colours. I don't normally like really bright, gary coloured watches, but the pineapple one, I mean, it didn't even look, to me, it wasn't a pineapple. It looked more like Amazonian jungle or Hawaiian jungle. But yeah, I did think it was a nice. It was the standout Zodiac for me. Squale, I've got a blue, baby blue and white. I think it's a GMT. That stood out for me. Really nice chat with the guy at Squale. I see a lot of Squale content on YouTube, like TGV, Mad Watch Collector. They all love them. But speaking to the Squale rep, and the other thing with reps, just quickly, I didn't realise that when it's a smaller brand, reps rep for multiple smaller brands, whereas when it's like Tudor, Rolex, Tudor, Omega, whatever, they have their own rep. But when it's for smaller brands, obviously they can't afford just their own rep, so a guy will be the rep for multiple smaller brands. And the guy I spoke to, I don't know his name, but I got his card down there, offered me some good deals, so I may be in touch with him shortly. They rep for multiple brands, and the stuff he told me about Squale was fantastic. Really has engaged me with the brand, as did everyone I spoke to has given me a level of engagement, which is fantastic because I love watches. Perolé, that was I wanted to speak to the Perolé guy. He was really interested. I think they're a really interesting brand. Very with the turbine. Google it if you don't know what I mean by that. It's got a turbine dial. It's just a bit of fun, really. But they're a very well-established brand. It was actually someone on YouTube that mentioned Perolé to me, so that's what made me look at the watches. And then when they were at the show, I knew they were at the show. I wanted to have a chat with them. Really great speaking to the Perolé guy. Again, he's a rep for multiple brands. But really interesting chat. It's quite interesting how the watch community is quite incestuous. Everyone knows everyone, and the brands all intermingle. I think on YouTube, the commenters seem to think they're all at each other's throats, but in reality, it's just a melee of fantasticness. What else? Multi-brand brands. Orient, unfortunately, were meant to be there, were not there. That was a bit of a disappointment. On Zane, I think I've mentioned every brand. There was something that popped up a minute ago with Perolé, but I can't remember what it was. What else happened? I stayed in a Premier Inn hub in Covent Garden. I like Premier Inn as somewhere to stay if I go to an event or anything. I think it's nice and clean. But you really do need to check out the Premier Inn, the hub by Premier Inn. It's like a bit of a capsule room. I really love it. I really enjoy staying in them. Second time now. The Covent Garden one, I stayed in Good Street last year. The Covent Garden one was actually much more convenient for the WatchPro show and just generally getting around London, I think. So I would definitely check those out. If you are going to have a stay, if you're going to go up to London to see a show or something, I just really do love the whole capsule room thing. And lastly on my list, before I show you this bad boy, YouTubers. So I bumped into some YouTubers. Paul Thought was there again. Spencer was there again, but he was there so Paul Thought was on the Friday. Spencer was there on the Saturday. Some other YouTubers who I recognise by face but not by name. Mad Watch Collector Russell was there. Watch Gringa was there. Brittany, but I didn't actually see her, but I know she was there because she's on Paul Thorpe's video. That is a big shame. I would have loved to have seen Gringa in the flesh. Ooh. Andy from the English Watch, who the other YouTuber I really would like to say hi to. He must have been there, but we got there late on the Saturday because we'd already done the Friday. We got there about 2:30 on the Saturday. So I'm guessing he came and went, or he didn't go at all. I'm not sure. Didn't see him, so that was a bit of a disappointment. Yeah, so watch shopping. So popped into Swatch on the Saturday. Oi, can you see what it is yet? Popped into Swatch on the Saturday. I was half hoping they wouldn't. On the Friday, I was half hoping they wouldn't have one. I think there's at least three. Well, there is at least three Swatch shops in that area. So Oxford Street, Covent Garden, and Carnaby Street. Carnaby Street doesn't sell these. I knew that Carnaby Street didn't have any because my my contacts in the London told me that. But I did pop into Oxford Street. It didn't have any. On the Saturday, I popped back. There was some watch shops that it was basically Grand Seiko / Seiko Corp on New Bond Street. I hadn't managed to get to, so I popped there early on the Saturday. I was going to get the tube back and not even go past Swatch, but I ended up walking past. I walked straight past, and then I thought, do you know what? I'm here. It's early. Let's just pop in. And I said, "Oh, have you got any Atlantics in today?" And he said, "Yeah." So I thought, I've got to do it. So I got, but this is the only one that I like, the Atlantic. There are some watches from the show. There's no watches you can buy at the show, but as I say, I think a Squale might be an option, and I think that Mondane has to be done at some point if I could get a good enough deal on it. Yeah, but this, I think I had to do it. So £340, all the box and stuff there. Let's get to the main event. I do love I love blue, so obviously. But the double blue, dark and light, baby and navy blue on the little pod here is really nice. I haven't really looked at it. I had a quick look in a pub and a quick look in when we had a meal with my mate. I haven't really had a proper look at it. I've had it on the wrist. I haven't wound it, worn it. Haven't wound it, played around with it, adjusted it. But yeah, I think it's a nice thing. Is it worth the money? From a watch point of view, no. It's got the little nudie branch on the back there. Let's try and get it open. So I appreciate it. This video has gone a bit like the week. It just went so quick the weekend. Well, I say weekend, it was Friday, Saturday. It's only this colour that I like. It has, I do love, I think there's Swatch engraved on the side. Looks better on the side of the yellow one, I think looks the best. But overall, it can only be blue for me. But yeah, the old, what's it called? Oh, I've forgotten what the movement's called. Actually, I haven't played around with it. I can't even get it off. How'd you get that off? I'll have to play around a bit more. So it's got the old nudie branch on the back there. I think it's probably the nicer one. I'm not massively keen on the web photos of the back of the System 51. I think it's something that I wanted to. Let's just give you a vague wrist shot. I haven't had to play around with it yet. I think it's something that I wanted to own. I kind of felt I'd be happy if they didn't have one, so I didn't have to buy one. But as they did, it was a bit of a no-brainer. I had to give it a go. I do love blue. I do love that blue. I'm fine with the bioceramic. It's a nice thing. I don't know. I haven't looked at what the strap options are for this. If there's a better strap option. I'm not massively into NATOs. I'm not even sure if I'm ever going to wear it. I think it would be quite a nice summer watch. But I do really like it. I've got no regrets purchasing it. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed that utter ramble about my weekend away. Did any of you guys go to WatchPro? Do you know about WatchPro? I think they're in the US as well. I've noticed there's a US version. I don't know too much about WatchPro. It's always been something that I've only really known about because of the WatchPro salon that I went to last year and this year. It pops. I need to do a bit more. I need to check WatchPro out more. I've got a few magazines. These were the 4 that were there, the 4 different months. So I'm going to have a flick through those. Check out their web content. Look at the WatchPro videos from other YouTubers, from the proper YouTubers. But yeah, it's more and more. It was a very, very interesting day speaking to some lovely people about some lovely watches. Well, massively long video. I knew it'd go on and on a bit. Hope you've made it to the end. For now, one wrist, WatchPro it.